Chapter 4, 1984. That kind of rhymes. I like this chapter. It's interesting. Winston talks a lot about his job. So in chapter 4, we just see Winston at his workplace and the weird things that go on at that place. So he works for the Ministry of Truth. Is that correct? The Ministry. Yeah, Ministry of Truth. And he's kind of I don't think he's a speak right. Anyway, doesn't matter what he does. I'll just tell you what he does. He turns, and we learn when he gets there, he explains his role for Big Brother and working for the ministry. So he, what he does is rewrites history, and I'm just going to read my notes and then I'll expand on that. So I say we the readers learn about how Big Brother and the ministries control history and press, so they are always correct or right. Excuse me. This control that they have. So if something bad happens and they're actually wrong about it in the past, what Big Brother will do is just go into the archives and fix and reprint everything to make sure that it looks like they were right. So then when the public goes back and looks in the records, Big Brother was right. And the only reason that Big Brother was correct is because they had people such as Winston rewrite stories that made it sound true. And so I said his job is to correct history along with others. That's one form of security they have in the department is instead of just giving him the job of correcting a story, they'll have multiple people in the ministry correct it, and then Big Brother will just select the best story that was made up. And they'll even go to the point of they have unpersons. And these people are people that were once people, or they're not people, but they are. And so these are people that are entirely fake and made up, but because of the paper trail that Winston can create, they become a person. And in the chapter, we see him actually create a person to fulfill this role. And I think later this comes in with the lottery system that they explain. But kind of a thing that goes back to here is that for the lottery, when someone wins, they will say someone won, and actually no one won. They just created someone and they said that person won, and nobody ever knows this person. Winston also talks about in this chapter how just like they create people, that's what happens when people disappear. So like Winston's mother, it's not that they die; it's just that the government ruins them and scrambles them to the point where people can't find them, and there's no relational connection to the person. So to the people that knew them, it looks like they died, but then they'll end up reappearing and resurfacing later. So that's kind of some stuff we learn about Winston and his job in chapter 4.